Hey everyone. Today I'm going to show you my Stephen King collection. It's not complete yet, but it's becoming respectable enough that I feel that I can go ahead and show you what I'm working with at this point. Up here on top, I have my prize Stephen King novels, the Dark Tower series. I think it's cool that you can see I have some doubles here. Song of Susanna have some doubles. I have two different covers of the Gunslinger. I have a Wizard and Glass down here too, which is different from this one here. I have Insomnia, which is kind of a prophecy to the Dark Tower. Black House, which has the same antagonist as the Dark Tower series, the Crimson King. By the way, I've got the Crimson King's eye tattooed on my arm there. I've not read Black House yet, but I will soon. Hearts in Atlantis, the first short story in this compilation, is a direct connection to the Dark Tower, and from a Buick 8, which is Dark Tower related. Down here, I have Joyland, which I just got today. Have not read it yet. Needful Things. Dreamcatcher, I did not like this novel. I've got to review it soon. I have a screenplay, Storm of the Century. Have not read it. Desperation was one of two novels that may have been my first adult read. The novel that brought me in to the adult world of fiction. It was either Desperation by Stephen King, or it was A Time to Kill by John Grisham. I love them both. Bag of Bones, Stephen King's ghost story. A fantasy novel by Stephen King, Eyes of the Dragon. Randall Flagg is the antagonist in this one. Revival, which is Stephen King's Frankenstein. This one is Lizzie's story. Sleeping Beauties. I did not finish this one. I started it earlier this year as part of a group read. I couldn't get through it. I was coordinating the group read, and I quit. You can see that I was well more than halfway through the novel. I will go back and finish Sleeping Beauties, only because I'm interested in reading everything that King has published. Otherwise, I wouldn't go back. 11/22/63 is a time-traveling story. Good book. Under the Dome. Good book. Bazaar of Bad Dreams is a bad compilation of short stories. I did not like it. I have 2 and 3 of the Bill Hodges trilogy. I read 1 and 2, but I have not read 3 yet. I'll get to that soon. Blaze, which is Stephen King's Of Men and Mice. Down here I have 4 Bachman books that I have not read yet. I did read Blockade Billy. It's a serial killing baseball player. Pretty good story. I have 4, 5, and 6 of the Green Mile. I don't know what you call those. But I actually do have the entire novel. But I need to get 1, 2, and 3 of these individual sections. I have The Mist, which I did not particularly care for. Colorado Kid, didn't read it. The Shining, it was okay. I've got even an older version of The Shining right up here. Thinner by Richard Bachman. I have not read that one yet. Dr. Sleep, which is the sequel to The Shining, terrible book. Night Shift, which is a compilation of short stories. Duma Key, which may be my favorite standalone Stephen King novel. It's one of the most least recognized. I think Duma Key and Lizzie's story are the least recognized Stephen King standalone novels. I've not read Lizzie's story, but Duma Key is darn good. I recommend it. Here's my paperback Hearts in Atlantis. Tommyknockers, I haven't read it yet. Everything's Eventual. The Dark Tower series starts here. There is a prelude, a short story that is part of the series itself. If you've read Dark Tower and you're not hip, you better get yourself a copy of Everything's Eventual, because the story in the Dark Tower starts here. You're back on the path of the beam with Roland the Gunslinger. Different Seasons, I think, is 4 novellas. I haven't read them. Bag of Bones. Wendy's Button Box. Randall Flagg again. Rose Matter, didn't particularly care for it. I reviewed it on my YouTube channel. I have not read The Dead Zone, and I want to. I will read it this year. Cell was another Stephen King book that I couldn't finish. That's 2 books of his that I haven't been able to finish. You can see that I was about 3/4 of the way through it. I will go back and start Cell over because it was a while ago that I tapped out on it. I'll do that some years from now. It's a daunting thought. Duma Key, Green Mile. The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. I have not read that one yet. It's pretty short, so I think I'm going to knock that out here maybe in about a month or so. And this is a copy of Misery down here. Old beat up, bent up copy of Misery. Those are my Stephen King books. I've got a ways to go. I will update you when I get that bottom shelf filled. When I get that one filled, I'll be getting pretty darn close to having everything that I want.